What's going on, nation? ukvapeuk here and welcome. Today the beast is back. Aromamizer V3 by Steamcrave, and this one was sent to me for the purpose of this review by Steamcrave. Big shout out to them. So yeah, the V3, my favorite tank of all time, gets a version 3 upgrade, and this one is gonna be quite a few upgrades on it, but the main upgrade is going to be on the deck that now is going to have that bottom airflow that we saw on the Ragnar and the Titan. So we're going to have that. You're also going to be back compatible to the other decks and even the other extensions if you have from the V2 or any extra extensions that you bought. You're going to be able to fit it here. You're also going to have other things like bubble glasses that you're going to be able to buy. It's going to have obviously large capacity and amazing flavor, but obviously we go to all of that on the up and close. So what we're going to do now, we're going to dive down. Okay, and here is the box where your Aromamizer Plus V3 RDTA comes in. Inside that box you're going to get your user manual, you're going to get a sticker, you're going to get an extra glass, a vape band, a tri-tool, and you're going to get a bunch of O-rings, a bunch of pull screws. Everything you need as a spare will be in this bag. And here is your main event, your Aromamizer Plus V3. Now, if we have a look, this is the first one, okay, the V1. This one is old. I did use this one to death. And then they released kind of a 1.5, to be honest. This one is still called the Plus, but they changed the top cap. As you can see, the top caps are slightly different, but all the rest is the same. And finally, you're gonna have the V2. This one has the extension in, but the top cap is different. The airflow is gonna also be different on this one right here. But those all were the first versions, and now we finally claim to the version V3. Now the V3 is gonna have a bottom airflow. That's gonna be one of the changes. On the top you're gonna have a nice 810 drip tip, so all your gun styles will fit here. This one is very comfortable. Gonna have Steamcrave Aromamizer Plus V3 engraved on the top. To unscrew and fill up your tank, pretty easy. Just unscrew here. All the machining on Steamcrave is just perfect. At this time they kind of use black O-rings. They're very nice O-rings. In the first versions they were kind of white ones, and sometimes they fell apart, but these ones are very good. You're gonna have big filling ports there. You're gonna be able to fit 14 ml of juice. They're also gonna have extension glasses. Actually, I want to apologize. This one fits 12 ml of your liquid, and you're gonna have bubble glass. I think they fit 15 ml. Obviously, you can use the extensions if you already have for the V1, and all the decks also will fit on this one right here. Here you're gonna have your juice flow control. Very easy to use. You just turn it. You can close it or turn it back to open. You're gonna have your airflow. Obviously, at this time it's gonna be different because you're gonna have also bottom airflow. It is a little bit on the loose side. I wish it was a little bit tighter, but it's not a big of an issue. Obviously, you can close completely your bottom airflow, as you can see, and start to have just the top airflow as you normally had on the previous versions. And then when you start to turn, you're obviously going to be able to open the bottom airflow. You're not going to have an option to have just bottom airflow, but to be honest, just bottom airflow is probably not enough. So obviously 30mm diameter. They kept the sizes designed by BG Shy. Gonna have a nice protruding pin if you want to use on a hybrid mechanical mod. Now, if you keep going, obviously, like the previous versions, you're going to be able to unscrew it. The deck is going to obviously be slightly different. Now, it's going to have that bottom airflow, as you can see now. Obviously, even though this one will still fit on the other ones, I won't recommend because the other ones do not have the bottom airflow. All the rest is pretty much the same. Obviously, you can go a little bit further and unscrew everything. You know, you can unscrew your chimney, you can add extensions, you can change your glass, you can add your extension glasses. You obviously can remove also this juice flow control to clean everything and remove even the airflow control if you want to. You can turn this on the RDA, have a bigger tank. I mean, this one is gonna be extremely versatile. Gonna be able to do quite a lot of stuff. Okay, all back together. Like I said, machining on Steamcrave never was an issue. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful machining. So the deck, like I say, you're going to be able to also put all the decks here, the mesh deck and all that good stuff. But this is the deck that they provide now on the V3, pretty similar to the other ones. This one will not have an O-ring. It sits a little bit loose there, but I didn't have any issues of leaking or anything like that. Let me show it. Yeah, it sits a little bit loose there. I thought you are gonna have probably some leaking or anything like that. No, I didn't have any issues. It works just great. So let's throw 2 coils in here. Okay, so drop 2 coils in there. I think they are 3mm diameter. Yeah, they are 3mm diameter. Here we go. Just gonna kind of reposition them. I think I sit them kind of low. They might have. Should have left maybe a little bit more legs, but it's still gonna work. Okay, so I did raise them a little bit higher. They were a little bit low. You can leave kind of big legs on these ones because they have kind of deep holes. Alright. Ooh, perfect coils actually. This is they are waterfall coils. I used to love these coils. I think they're not doing them anymore. Here we go. So all glowing up, all the hot spots removed. Let's now put some cotton. Okay, the cotton is in place. We're gonna give it a comb. Nice comb here. This one, you wanna leave enough cotton. Aromamizers are that thing. Soon as you know how to wick it, you're gonna nail it. But sometimes you might struggle a little bit till you find that sweet spot. But as soon as you get it, you get it. It's like riding a bike. You're never gonna forget as soon as you get it the first time. So here we go. You don't want to go through the holes that you have on the deck. You just want to put on the top of those holes. Here we go. You also have the juice flow control. If you have any issues, if you think it's wicking too much, you can close a little bit the juice flow control. If you have too much cotton, I don't think, unless you put like 2 kilos of cotton in here, I never really had dry hits. I did have problems sometimes at the beginning when I had too much juice going through, but having not enough juice, I never had that issue. It was more like, I had to close sometimes a little bit that juice flow control. But as soon as you get that sweet spot, like I tell you, you're not gonna have any issues. Here we go. We're gonna have the vapors. Ooh, beautiful. Then just slide your deck in there. It's gonna kind of locked in place and remove it from the mod. Now you always want to close your juice flow control when you fill up the tank, otherwise the pressure could lead to leaking. And fill it up. So it's all filled up. The first time you open the juice flow control, a lot of juice gonna go down. Don't be scared. It's pretty much normal. Let me open. As you can see, look at that. Almost half of the tank went there. Don't worry, it's pretty normal. And that's it. It's gonna be ready to be vaped. So we're gonna come back on top and we're gonna run to pros and cons. Alright, then we're back, and that was the up and close for the Aromamizer V3 by Steamcrave. This one is already all over the world available, so do a Google search if you want to buy it, and it's not going to be expensive. Also, I'm excited. I do love this tank right here. So let's go to pros and cons. Listen, one of the cons has to be the airflow. It is a little bit loose. Now, they had few improvements in other tanks. This one is on a little bit looser side, especially when you start to get a little bit of that condensation on the airflow. It's nothing too crazy, it's not a deal breaker, but it is there and it is something that I needed to point it out. And the other thing, I wish they had include, or they do maybe a version that you get the bubble glass, so just to see how it look. Some people might look. I love the straight glass, and it's still gonna have 14 ml, I think 13 or 14 ml on this one, 12 ml on this one. That's a lot of juice, but if you have all the extensions, they're still gonna be back compatible, and that's a big pro. So jumping on pros, 810, perfect, so you can fit your own drip tips, and this drip tip is actually pretty nice, pretty comfortable. You also very easy to unscrew and fill it up. juice capacity is going to be very nice. They kept the juice flow control. I do love that. Obviously, the improvement of the airflow and the deck. Now you're going to have that bottom airflow as well. They kept all the same design, all the same decks, back compatibility. That's a massive pro. But one thing they didn't miss again was the flavor. The flavor is still a beast. This thing for 30 millimeters, and even you can go for the big extension, you're still gonna have a lot of flavor. Very easy to build. Now the wicking, it is that thing. Soon as you learn it, it's like riding a bike. You're not gonna have any issues. You still, as soon as you get it, you're gonna get it, and you're never gonna forget again. Also, you're gonna have a lot of airflow possibilities here. You're gonna be able to run quite a lot of power on this one. So let's have a vape on it. I'm reading 0.15. I have 50 watts. Actually, we're gonna open the airflow wide open. So top airflow wide open, bottom wide open, and we need to run, let's say, 70 watts on this one. Look at this beast. It's not even a warm vape. Now wicking is just perfect. Let's go 90 watts on this one. Airflow wide open. Start to get warm. Obviously, you can go 120, 140, 150 watts. Is going to be really up to you. Now let's pull it down, and I got to vape it at 55 watts. Is about where I like to vape it. I'm going to close 2 airflows on the top, just 2, so it's going to leave me 8 on the top and the bottom airflow. Gets a little bit restricted, it's just perfect. Let's close all the top airflow, so bottom under the coil airflow, and just one line, 55 watts. Gets a bit more restricted. Obviously, you can restrict it even more. Like I said, the way I like to rock it is 8 airflows on the top and have the bottom airflow under the coil also open. Just perfect. This thing is a beast. One of my favorite all time, and they keep releasing versions. Thank you very much for that, because I do love them. I own at least 6 or 7 from V1s to now the V3. I own a lot of them. I own a lot of Steamcrave products because I do love them for the flavor, how easy they are to build, and also how much juice capacity you can have for this amount of flavor. So definitely recommend. If you're not already a Steamcrave lover, definitely buy this one, and you're not gonna regret it. So we're gonna wrap it up. Thanks for everything. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you next time. Till there, keep vaping.